Norman Carr Safaris is the original safari company in Zambia. It's been around, we celebrated our 60th anniversary last year. We specialize in walking safaris. It's something that makes us unique in comparison to everyone else. I think the ability to walk from camp to camp is very special. And actually being in the bush, on the ground, you are fully immersed in the safari experience, and that's very important. You know, it's for our company, it's about the experience. It's not necessarily about you know, how good the food is, how amazing your bed is. It's about being there in the bush and living that experience. And we have the staff that have been doing this, you know, for 20, 25 years to be able to deliver that, and that's what makes us special. 99% of our staff are locally based. You know, Norman was a visionary from that respect, and it's very important that the Zambians play a prominent role in the development of this industry. The company has been around for a while, and we've developed a substantial amount into the valley over the last 60 years, both in conservation and in the community, and we continue to do so. The concept of community involvement started when Norman began the walking safaris up in the Nsefu area in the 1950s. And a very big issue for him was for the local involvement. And one of our biggest success stories is a man called Abraham Banda, who started tending the gardens at Kapani with Norman as a youngster. And he is now the Kapani Lodge manager, having won Guide of the Year in Zambia in 2009 and silver in the World Guide Awards last year. You know, he's done a fantastic job. He's a great ambassador for not only our company, but for Zambia in general. Norman Carr continues to play a prominent role in the valley in a number of various community projects.
Norman Carr had very strong links with the community, and the best way to help out was through the school. Norman Carr Safaris through Kapani School Project has helped Yosefe School tremendously. Raising money through contributions from guests, we've been able to help a lot of children who would otherwise have had no opportunity to go to school. When I look back now, it is really rewarding to see how many students have benefited and have even gone further to tertiary level and in various sectors of the industry. Some are in accounting, some are in tourism, you know, just the whole spectrum. It's fantastic, it's amazing to see what we have achieved. I was a student at the school, and when I look back now, the school was very small. Originally, there were only 4 teachers' houses and 2 classroom blocks. Now we've added 7 more teachers' houses. There's 3 more new classroom blocks, a laboratory, a library, and a borehole. Now, water is very, very important. There used to be a manually dug well there, and in those days, even now, I would say, the manually dug water holes have a nasty habit of drying up at the height of the dry season when water is most required. Now, that water source does not only benefit the school, but also the surrounding community. We have established a library at Yosefe School. The way it works is that a lot of people, guests, will donate books. And the good thing is the library is not only for the school, but also for the literate community. There's a whole spectrum of books that can be utilized by adults in the community, and also a lot of material for the children. And you'll find that some of the materials are beyond the children at the school. So the neighbor schools that have children or students of a higher level come to the school and utilize that invaluable material. When we started off sending people to college, in the early stages, we had one student who came back who benefited from the whole program. She's still a teacher at the school, and that is amazing to see because she is a pillar of inspiration to other students. And because she's a woman, that is very, very good for girls to emulate that, because in traditional Africa, girls are still slightly disadvantaged. I mean, things are changing now, but it's mostly men who are pushed forward to make the breakthrough, not women. So this has been a very, very tremendous breakthrough. As part of activities at the school, we have a tree conservation project. Norman Carr Safaris has taken a big step because the community is growing and there's more stress on the vegetation, trees particularly for firewood and building, and we need to give back and we need to change the mindset by using the children as a platform. And we have done quite a big thing there. The students have been given trees to plant in their villages, which is a good thing to see. And we have a tree plot at the school. And it was a great thing because, it had a lot of support from a lot of tribal agents, the community, and even the first Republican president of Zambia came down and planted a tree there. So it's a fantastic project. Wildlife conservation awareness is one of Norman Carr Safari's big projects. We believe that the children are the future of the country and of conservation. We regularly take the children into the game park to see the animals because to a large extent animals can be viewed as a nuisance, elephants particularly. Guinea fowl are meat to eat, the same goes for impala. But to see the changing attitudes of the children when they see animals through the visitor's eyes is a really rewarding experience. The lodge supports the community in a broader spectrum because the people that are employed here have wages in their pockets, and that supports the whole economy. You go around in the community, you see there's lots of little shops selling hardware, groceries, the markets. So it's a whole economy. It's a whole economy thriving. That is purely because of the lodge being around and people have money in their pockets, and it's like a ripple effect.
One of the other things we're involved in is the local rural health centre, and we, along with the other lodges, sponsor the presence of a doctor there. So the population of Mfui is around 20,000, but they don't have any kind of doctor anywhere near. The nearest one is about 100 miles away. So the lodges sponsor the presence of a doctor at the rural health centre. And I do the recruitment for that. So we're very active in the administration of that project. The two main focuses really for the Kapani School project at the moment is lobbying government to build infrastructure at the schools, and then our other main activity is sponsorship for children. Norman's had a great belief in education. So he started sponsoring school children who otherwise wouldn't be able to go to school. So often the children we support are single or double orphans. We'll commit to them pretty much all the way through their secondary education as long as they keep maintaining the grades that are required to have this to get the sponsorship. It costs about $80,000 a year to make that commitment to these students. All of that money is raised from past guests. Everything we do now with the projects, particularly the sponsorship projects in education, is aimed towards self-reliance and self-determination. We want to give people the ability to make their own choices and to run their own lives. And everything we do is we want to go away from this culture of donor dependency, which Africa seems to have slipped into. And poverty, corruption, education, everything, all of the problems in Africa can be answered by education. And it's by no means an overnight fix, but our aim is to give people the power to make their own choices and to control their own destinies. And one day what we'd love is to be told, thank you, but you're not needed anymore. We can take care of this ourselves. So that's really what we're aiming at, is not to be needed anymore.